What's up, guys? Today's workout is called Lethal Weapon. We're going to start each round of this with either a 250-meter row or a 12-calorie bike for the guys or 9 calories for women. After that cardio piece, we're going to do one round of the Chief, which is 3 power cleans at 135.95, 6 push-ups, and then 9 air squats. Then we're going to get back on the cardio machine, do the exact same thing. Then we're going to do 2 rounds of the Chief, then the machine, then 3 rounds of the Chief, and so on for 20 minutes. The score, if you're scoring today, the machine does not count at all. It's more or less a buy-in. So once you get done with that, you're going to continue to add your rounds and reps. So let's say, for example, at the 20-minute mark, you've completed 9 total rounds of the Chief plus 3 power cleans and 2 push-ups. Your score would be 9 plus 5. We're not counting that cardio piece in there. So some things to consider. If you're not sure what to do, you should be able to cycle that barbell. You should be able to get all 3 reps, regardless of what round of the Chief you're on. All 3 power cleans should be really quick. They should be touch and go, just tapping the floor and bringing it right back up, or really fast singles. So bringing it to your shoulder, dropping it, bringing it right back up. No rest in between those power cleans. Also consider cutting back on the distance on the rower. If you can't complete 250 meters in a minute or at most a minute and a half, same with the bike. Cut those calories down. The most you should be on that bike is a minute and a half. And then of course we've got our modifications for the push-ups and the air squats as well. So a round of the Chief is going to look like this. It's 3 power cleans, it's 6 push-ups and 9 air squats. So going from the floor each time. And then 6 push-ups, full range of motion, chest on the floor, fully extended elbows. And then 9 air squats. All right, so that is one round of the Chief. So again, at the beginning, you're going to do your cardio, 1 round of the Chief. Your cardio, 2 rounds of the Chief. You're going to add 1 round each time, each round that you get off of that cardio machine. So barbell, how do we modify and scale that? Obviously, lower the weight. Pretty simple stuff there. How are we going to scale the push-ups? There's a couple different ways here. You can go down from your knees, but if you do that, we still need to keep in mind that we got to keep our thighs and our hips off the floor. We're not doing push-ups like this. We're trying to do push-ups like this. We're trying to keep a nice straight line from that pivot point up to our shoulders, so that'll isolate the chest and the triceps. Bring an ab mat or a plate into the picture here. Put those knees on there and think about kind of piking your butt up a little bit. That way, when you go all the way down, your thighs and your hips are still off the floor. Here, let me turn so you guys can see a little bit better. So the knees are up there on that plate. Chest is going to touch the ground. There's still space underneath my body, underneath my hips, so it's all chest and triceps here. So that is one way to do it. You can also bring in a box or a bench. You know, keep your feet on the floor, put your hands on that box or bench, or you could also do dumbbell bench press. So laying flat on that bench, grabbing some lighter dumbbells, and then pressing it up to full elbow extension. So that's the push-up modification, and then air squats. Just limiting your range of motion. So if you got some hip or some knee mobility issues, you can absolutely do that. Or same thing, bring a box or a bench into the situation, and sit back on that box and then stand all the way back up. Try to keep the reps the same. We just need to make the movements a little bit easier. Now, the key things to doing well in this workout or to getting the most out of this workout is to be efficient. So with that barbell specifically, let's make sure that we're keeping it close to the body. So when you guys are doing your power cleans, we're pulling that bar back into your hips are shooting forward. And make sure you're right here and you're exploding with those legs, and that bar is going to come straight up. We don't want to hit our hips and have that bar come way out here. We want that bar path to be really straight, and we're going to be really efficient with that. Some of you stronger athletes are going to want to go sort of the muscle clean route where you're not jumping and catching here. Highly recommend you do not do that. Let's save some energy from the gate. If you're just doing this, you're gonna blow up pretty early. So let's be efficient. Yes, it is a little bit slower, but over time you're gonna save a bunch of energy, and you're gonna need that. This is a long 20-minute AMRAP. So being efficient with the movement itself, and also make sure that you're being efficient with your transitions. So we're getting our 3 power cleans done. We're setting that bar down and we're dropping it. Step back, get right to those push-ups. You don't need to chase that bar around and then come all the way over here and do your push-ups over there and then do your squats over here. Let's just get it done. Be smooth with your transitions. Like I said, you can push that bar forward, go straight down to your push-ups, stand up and do your squats. And then the 2 seconds, 3 seconds it takes you to sit down on that rower and strap your feet in, that can be your rest. You can also use maybe the first 10, 15 seconds of your cardio machine to try to bring that heart rate down and just kind of go through the motions before you pick up the intensity. And then finally, sometimes when we get push-ups and air squats in a workout, we tend to cheat ourselves a little bit because we've got the fun barbell, waiting just around the corner. So let's make sure we're standing that barbell all the way up, we're reaching that full range of motion, but don't cheat yourself with the push-ups. These are not push-ups. I don't even know what these are. Don't do these. Chest goes all the way down to the ground, and then all the way up. We're fully extending those elbows. You gotta get the most out of each of these reps here. Same thing with your squats. If you can, get the full depth. So going all the way down here. Now sometimes we get really tired. I need you guys to focus on this stuff. Sometimes we get really tired and our squats turn into one of these. We got almost no bend in the knee, no quad action at all. We're more or less just pushing our butt backwards, getting a tiny little stretch here. We're barely working our hamstrings either. Very important that your butt goes down, chest stays up. We're paying attention to our form and reaching that full range of motion every single time. That is how you guys should be attacking Lethal Weapon today. Have fun, post your scores in SugarWOD. See you in the next one.